Wanderer from the Stars. Chapter 1. 2168, December 13th. UNFE Valkyrie. Kuiper Belt. 60 AU from Earth. When looked at the wormhole for the past 133 years. We've only been able to look at it with only a few pictures, and the only thing we knew about it for the past century was that it led somewhere. Humanity's been a bit busy with its own problems, from the creation of the skyhooks to the construction of a Dyson storm and the energy crisis before it, which led to the creation of the damn thing. It's still being built to this day. A rebellion of Genovian moon inhabitant in the outer solar system 2150 occurred, putting on hold any expedition to the wormhole. It also includes the colonization of every solar system with artificial habitats. We've finally been focused on the wormhole of the capital after there have been less war recently and more plans. The wormhole itself gave off a blue energy. It was shrill, massive energy required. Its scan was surprisingly stable. Luckily enough, the ship did cut to at least one planet, and this system on the other side of the wormhole. Prepare to launch a probe to the wormhole. Launching probe. The operator boarded the operator. The ship rumbled as the probe detached from the ship and quickly accelerated into the wormhole. Is the feed coming in? Yes, it is. Putting on the screen now, the operator said. Followed by a live video came on the screen. And showing it moving through a tunnel of shorts and skipping space, then it exited on a grayish moon that looked like the Earth. Another world came into view, a green and blue ball similar to completely foreign-looking continents. We have images of the surface of the planet's entire system, like Proxima Centauri B, which sadly wasn't unhandled. It was tightly locked, which should mean one side is scorched and the other side is frozen. Other contents of that. The lieutenant looked at his bulky computer as the numbers came in, soon to get the exact numbers he wanted. Very similar to Earth, with slightly higher oxygen content, except that's enough that we do detect some artificial formation like deforestation, which suggests there's something intelligent down there, the lieutenant reported. Alright, just a probe into orbit and a rover on the surface. I'm not going down there until it's safe down there for us, the captain ordered. We're prepared to drive on a world that isn't Pluto or any bodies in the outer solar system, the captain ordered. Yes, sir, Rowan responded. A small cottage in the Elven Kingdom, 10:55 a.m. Most days went by as usual for Sora, waking up to help Mom with the chores and making breakfast for her brother and her dad. I'd help fix her siblings' clothes after they get torn from hard work all day. Her free time was usually filled up with reading books her family had from generations prior and writing in her diary on what happened that day. The usual, but shut up, this life was getting boring. She understood her importance to the family by having paid taxes, which would be paid like wheat or rice, but she wanted to go to the big city and become an adventurer and explore old ancient dungeons. She wanted something interesting to happen to her, and something did happen. That night, a wave of shooting stars covered the night sky, and her family prayed. Till one morning, one of the shooting stars began to turn and then hit the ground at high speed in the middle of the forest. Sora got up and headed toward the shooting star landed. When she arrived, she found something, but it didn't look right. The smoke was blocking her vision, but what she could make out was something for sure. It was a carriage or something. Thing. The smoke cleared and she saw a floating slab of iron with jets of flames coming out its sides, allowing it to hover. Its belly was an iron carriage. It was gently placed down with the utmost precision. It then disconnected from the carriage it was carrying and flew off in another direction, far away from anyone. Stepping closer to the strange contraption or carriage, whatever it was moving slowly, like it was trying to do something or set itself up. She wasn't sure. Is anyone there? She asked. There was no response. Scared, the monster man of finding her. Yeah, sorry, a pacified agent. She ran back home to her parents about it. It's funny, she and her family checked out the carriage and it looked different. It was wider, that was for sure, and there is now a head for just the original carriage. But then it moved its head, the seemingly unnatural way it turned to look at them, but then about something else and slammed it into the ground and continued banging until it was in the ground. After it was down, it then brought up an object in front of it. which then took off into the air like a wyvern, except there were no wings. After it was done, it soon turned to me and began using it as I to dig some sort of words looked similar and not. So she responded, I don't understand. The thing looked at her with curiosity. It turned its head and repeated, I don't understand it, bro. Said Brooklyn. She suggested it had a hard time understanding. I just didn't understand him. What does it mean? It said, but she didn't. But Soda didn't understand. The two just stared at each other. Then Soda ran away, scared it was planning on doing something. And running for a bit in the direction of her house, she sort of looked back and saw it wasn't following her. That afternoon, she told the inventor girl about the thing, and she told them where it was. Except it wasn't where she found it originally. It moved, so it was astonished at the fact that such a huge thing could move without horses. But as it turned out, it left a trail for them to follow. It was over a mile away from where it landed, and they found it trying to get off a tree root it was stuck on. After struggling for a few minutes, it was able to get itself unstuck and continue its journey. All they did was silently watch it from a distance. The later group of adventurers that would fund it noted it down. Then they went back to town to find the town carriage. Since she found it, Soda was able to name it. So Soda named it the Wanderer. Wanderer sounds mysterious and vague. Didn't consider its actions. Almost no reasoning behind it, but it makes sense. If it ends up coming by your cottage, try to get here as fast as possible and warn us about it. We don't know its intent after all. The woman at the front desk. Alright, I'll let you know if anything happens. I respond. I love the virtual skill. Those as you know that this discovery of this carriage would change the course of history.